everybody. This is William del Pilar, and this is a Points on the Board clip. We are here, or rather, I am here to discuss our NFL power rankings for Week 15. But first, you can find this clip and other clips at grumblingsmedia.com, along with our podcast, where we have not just Points on the Board, but various other political and entertainment podcasts. You can find this and others at YouTube and Rumble under the profile Grumblings Media, as well as listening to us on our traditional podcast methods such as Apple, Google, Spotify, and Pandora. So let's get right to it. This is the Week 15 NFL Power Rankings, and they are broken down into tiers. Here are my top 10. At number 1, we have the San Francisco 49ers. They are the only team in the tier called the Elite. 10-3. They were number 1 last week. They beat up on the Seattle Seahawks. Look, what more can we say about the Niners? They are the elite of any team in the league. Now, they do have some issues they can work on. They've got to come together and be able to understand the necessity of focusing a full 60 minutes. They are that good. They do have some lapses. But when a team has that to work on, they are next level. The San Francisco 49ers at number 1. Number 2, which is a new tier, Elitism, is on their radar. Not quite as good as the Niners, but nipping at their heels. And we have at number 2, the Dallas Cowboys. 10-3, they destroyed the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, Dak Prescott is in the MVP talk. He's never deserved the MVP talk. He did not deserve to be talked about as an MVP until this week. He needed to beat up on a team like the Eagles. He needed to show that the Cowboys can play against the big boys and win. Prescott went 24-39 for 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Over the past 3 games, the Cowboys ranked number 3 in passing and number 10 in rushing. They are trending the right way offensively. Defensively, in that span, they're hurting a bit. Ranked number 28 against the pass and number 10 against the rush. But that's not surprising because they're a high-powered offense. Thus, their secondary will be under constant attack as teams play from behind. Okay, the Niners still hold home field advantage, but they are now in a race against the Eagles for the division title. And even the home field advantage race can open back up again with 4 games left. All right, at number 3, the Baltimore Ravens. 10-3. They were number 4 last week. They bumped up to number 3. They beat up on the Los Angeles Rams 37-31 in overtime. There's a lot of love being given to this team, a lot of love they don't deserve. Are they one of the best teams in the league? Yes, they are. But they tend to play up and play down to their opponents. And remember, they are in the process of still learning a brand new offense. And obviously we are 13 weeks into the season, but it takes a good year to develop that chemistry, to get that playbook going. And they are on the right track. However, again, they need to stop playing down to the teams like the Rams. But they are our number 3 team. Number 4, a team that held the number 1 slot for many weeks. The Philadelphia Eagles at 10-3, they were destroyed by the Dallas Cowboys. Look, they've suffered 2 straight losses, 2 straight blowouts. The Eagles ain't right. But they can fix it. They've got a strong coaching staff. They've got a team made up of strong mental toughness. They go into games, hey, let us hang around and we're going to beat you. However, the Niners showed the way to beat the Eagles. You contain Jalen Hurts. The Cowboys contained Jalen Hurts. And this is the key difference. You don't over-pursue. When you over-pursue, you give him a lane. He tucks the ball, and he's running. When you contain him, he's looking around. Oh, dear God, where's the defenders at? He's not focused on what he needs to be doing. And that's the difference. You give up sacks, but you contain him, and you lessen his damage that he does to you. Can the Philadelphia Eagles fix that? Oh, yes, they can fix that. But it won't be easy. But they have the talent to do it. They are no longer invincible, but they aren't an easy team to conquer. Well, I guess maybe I shouldn't say that after the Niners and Cowboys beat on them. But generally speaking, they'll come back from this. At number 4, the Philadelphia Eagles, number 3 last week. Moving down to number 5, probably my most controversial team. It's the Buffalo Bills. They were number 9 last week. They are 7-6. They beat up on the Kansas City Chiefs 20-17. Look, the Bills used their bye week last week to prepare for this game, arguably their biggest of the year. Their backs were against the wall at 6-6. They needed the win at 7-6. They are in the battle for the wild card, barring a complete collapse by the Miami Dolphins. Can the Bills continue their improbable resurrection over the past 3 games? They rank number 7 in passing and rushing. And I like that. I like having a good rushing attack there, yet allowing Josh Allen to be Josh Allen and to play loose. But dear God, boy, get those interceptions down. Defensively in that span, they rank number 7 against the pass and number 17 against the rush. They are trending in the right direction. They're 2 games behind the Dolphins, so they're not quite out of it. But they do face the Cowboys, Chargers, Patriots, and those same Dolphins in the final stretch. The Cowboys and Dolphins will be a mountain to climb and conquer, but they've done that with the Chiefs. They couldn't with the Eagles, so we don't know how they will fare here, especially against the Cowboys, who are riding high right now. And there you have it. The Bills at number 5. At number 6, the Kansas City Chiefs, who were 5 last week, 8-4. They lost to the Buffalo Bills 20-17. Look, the referees have screwed the Chiefs out of not actual games. I hate saying that, but they've cost them the opportunity to be in position to win games. The rest have cost the Chiefs those opportunities. And they've been terrible, those calls. And they've been on national television. Okay, so they were on national television again against the Bills. And now the Chiefs are claiming the Bills screwed them. I mean, the refs screwed them. The refs did not screw them. A beautiful play that resulted in a touchdown with less than 2 minutes in the game was called back due to an offsides penalty. Look, the wide receiver lined up in the neutral zone. Then you have analysts with the audacity to sit there saying, man, they never make that call. They never call that call. You be lying, boys. Stop lying. Man, that call comes up every 4 to 5 games once, and you just shake your head. You're like, man, look, he's just standing there. His toes over the line. So it's a ticky-tack call, but it is called. Line up properly. You know the rules of the game. That's low-hanging fruit, i.e., it's a stupid error that should never have happened that should be easily fixed. But regardless, don't blame the refs when they don't deserve blaming. I mean, they have other crap they can legitimately be blamed for. Stop whining, play, and realize, people, the Chiefs are no longer the elite team they used to be a couple years ago. 8-4, too many drop passes. Patrick Mahomes deserves the $500 million he got as he brought that team and that city to Super Bowls. Without him, they have nothing. However, when you allocate that much money, you will not have the money to pay other players, except for maybe one, Travis Kelce. Everybody else is going to be earning the working man wage, and it's going to cause issues with depth. They have sacrificed the wide receiver position, and it has resulted in what, 3 dozen drops, at least 26 that we know of, probably more since the 2 weeks when I saw that data. But at the end of the day, they are vulnerable, they are human, and they are beatable, and they are our 6th ranked team. At number 7, the Miami Dolphins, who lost to the Tennessee Titans. They are 9-4. They were ranked number 6 last week. Look, no one saw this game coming, but I did some digging, and the Dolphins have a band-aid of an offensive line. Their secondary is riddled with injuries, but because their offense is so potent, nobody seems to be noticing or talking about it, but it could catch up to them. Why are people ignoring this or not aware of it? Well, over the past 3 games, the Dolphins ranked number 1 in passing and number 4 in rushing. Defensively, they ranked number 9 against the pass and number 4 against the run. They've yet to beat a team over 500, and their opponents over the last 3 games are the Titans, Commanders, and Jets. Not exactly top-tier quality teams. Thus, many question how good the Dolphins really are. Look, they're an offensive juggernaut, but formidable opponents have taken them out. So they still have a lot to prove. But this week, they are number 7. They are in first. They did lose a grip in the battle for home field advantage, but they're still riding high. Let's leave that tier and head to another one. The better than average, but still has kinks to work out. This is a tier for teams that are showing great improvement, not quite top tier, but literally top tier. And at number 8, the Detroit Lions, record 9-4. Last week they were number 7. They lost to the Chicago Bears. Look, I've never believed the Lions were an upper echelon top tier team along the Niners, Eagles, Chiefs, and hell, even Ravens. And I saw some power rankings that had them. I saw one that had them at number 1. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, boy? Come on now. They're too inconsistent. They haven't yet learned how to win, which is kind of strange considering Dan Campbell, a tough workman-like, never quit, we're going to beat him down attitude. And yet this team doesn't have that attitude on the field. They're inconsistent. They allow other teams. Let me put it this way. They play down to their opponent. They've struggled against the Saints. They allow the Chargers, Bears, Packers, and again, the Saints to hang around until the end. And they escaped 3 times. However, the Packers took him out, and now the Bears took him out. 2 AFC teams that weren't even in the playoff talk a couple weeks ago. The Lions have to get back to fundamentals. At a time when playbooks should be wide open, maybe they need to streamline, shut some of those plays, more foundational plays schemes that can build this team's confidence, that can have them playing for a full 60 minutes and be more consistent. They have the talent, but they will not go anywhere with the style of play they're showing on the field right now. You cannot allow subpar teams to hang around and consider yourself a top tier team. You're not, but you are our number 8th ranked team this week. At number 9, the Denver Broncos, who were number 12 last week. They are 7-6, and they beat up on the Los Angeles Chargers. Look, maybe the Broncos believe their press clippings, but last week they lost to the Texans and put themselves in a bit of a hold, even though they are clearly in the wild card fight. And now, they are 1 game behind the Chiefs, so they're actually in the division battle as well. So look, they are not looking good statistically, but they are playing much more efficiently on offense. Design plays for Russell Wilson to run. He's staying in the pocket, going through his reads, making better passes. So the numbers aren't directly showing that. Wilson went 21 of 33 for 224 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception against the Chargers. The team put up over 100 yards rushing. They've got to do a little bit better on that. It's a combination of 2 running backs and Wilson. The Broncos have won 6 of their last 7, and that's why they're at number 9. Again, their numbers may not show it, but they're playing pretty good football. They do rank number 11 in rushing the past 3 games, so that is a positive, but I would still like to see them do better than the 100 yards they scraped by on this past week. Defensively in that span, they're number 12 against the pass, which is a big jump from their number 24 season ranking, and they are number 11 against the rush. Looking for trends is much better when trying to analyze teams at this point in the season, but they're gelling. They are gelling. Now, let us exit into our final team in the top 10 in the tier Pretenders or Contenders. The Cleveland Browns, number 10. Last week, they were number 15. They are 8-5, and they beat up on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I want to say this one thing about the Jaguars. They are soft, extremely talented, top 10 team potential every week, but they are soft. They need to learn how to win. And Coach Doug Peterson is his super friendly fatherly figure, but he needs to toughen that team up, or they're going nowhere. This isn't their year, but if they want to be ready for next year, they better do something this year. But now let's get back to the Cleveland Browns at number 10. Did they find a new quarterback? Taking off the trash heap for pennies on the dollar versus the $260 million golden boy who is going to enter year 3 next year without having produced 1 iota in terms of living up to that contract. Next year will determine if Deshaun Watson is a bust, but we don't care about that this year because they now have Joe Flacco, Super Bowl winner and Super Bowl MVP. He went 26 of 45 for 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He looked outstanding in that role. And proving to many of us who believe they were a quarterback away from being a legit contender. Do they have that? We don't know. We need to see some more of Flacco in the paint, for lack of a better way of saying it. But he's got 2 games in. He looks like a veteran. He is a veteran, and he will make good decisions, more so than bad decisions. I don't think you're going to see any of the 2 backups unless Flacco gets hurt. Look, over the past 3 games, I want to talk about the Browns defense, how elite they are. Look, the past 3 games, they ranked number 14 against the pass, which is a free fall from their number 1 season rank, and they ranked number 19 against the run. Another negative bump from their number 11 season rank. That defense has been carrying this team, and they're wore out. And at this point in the season, that's not good. I don't know if they can get back up to that elite level. That's all you're going to hear is about how elite they are, but that's because people don't look at trends. And they still have to face down the stretch of rejuvenated Bears, upstart Texans, and always unpredictable Jets. And they close out with the Bengals, who are now rolling. Look, they are a legit team, but they've got a tough stretch of games. But if they can get through that with Flacco, that is some seasoning they can take into the playoffs and use that momentum to try to go deep and even make the Super Bowl. We'll see. But there you have it. Those are William Del Pilar's NFL Power Rankings for Week 15. The Elite, number 1, the San Francisco 49ers. Elitism is on their radar. Number 2, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 4, the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 5, the Buffalo Bills. Number 6, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 7, the Miami Dolphins. The better than average, but still has kinks to work out tier. The Detroit Lions at number 8. The Denver Broncos at number 9. And my final tier in the top 10, pretenders or contenders. Number 10, the Cleveland Browns. And there you have it, my friends. Do not forget, you can find this clip and others like it at grumblingsmedia.com. You can find us on YouTube and Rumble under the profile handle Grumblings Media, as well as our traditional outlets of Spotify, Pandora, Google, and Apple. Until next time, my friends, I bid you adieu.
Hey everybody, this is Big John from Grumblings Media, and I just want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our efforts here at Grumblings Media, just smash the subscribe button right here, totally free, or just go ahead and consume more of our great content. Click either one of these 2 boxes.